The first commercial orbital data embassy. The Singularity has been transforming every nation into data, but it has never given those data a sovereign home beyond Earth, until now. An embassy is often called foreign soil, but it isn't. Under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations of 1961, its premises are inviolable. No host police may enter without consent, yet the ground beneath them stays the host's. The embassy was always a legal fiction, a nation's law running where the nation itself is not. Estonia learned how much can hang on that fiction. In 2007, cyber attacks knocked the world's most digital state offline, teaching it that a nation living in its data can lose the nation by losing the data. Its answer, in 2017, was the world's first data embassy. Full copies of its critical registries in Luxembourg, governed by Estonian law under treaty, on servers legally Estonian, though physically abroad. Off territory, but in country. Yet every backup we build against catastrophe has stayed on Earth, and so shares its fate. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault opened in 2008 as the failsafe to end all failsafes. The world's crops sealed in Arctic permafrost, inside a demilitarized treaty zone, the closest thing to a sovereign archive humanity has built. Then war forced its first withdrawal in 2015, and a 2016 heat spike flooded the entrance. The safest vault on Earth is still on Earth. Redundancy is not independence. To win independence, you have to leave. Today, Lone Star Space, a company I advise and 1021T Capital has backed, is taking that step. I wrote previously about its lunar data infrastructure as the first node of a Dyson swarm. It prototyped its sovereign data embassies on the Moon in 2024 and 2025. In April 2027, its Star Vault platform takes that architecture into Earth orbit as the world's first commercially operational, space-based sovereign data platform, the swarm's next node. Its records are immutable, held under cryptographic key escrow. The Moon missions were prototypes. The embassy is a product. That first deserves scrutiny. Orbit's economy has 3 stars. StarCloud and SpaceX's Starlink/Starmind are racing to compute in low orbit, with Google's Project Suncatcher and Axiom. Only Lone Star, the Lone Star, has flown the full stack, from compute to storage to bandwidth to the Moon. A data center sells computation. A data embassy sells the law that governs it. Others reached for space as a vault before, never as an embassy. The Arch Mission Foundation has seeded the Moon since 2019 with a lunar library, a time capsule, not sovereign custody. Spacebelt, a 2010s orbital storage venture, sold an air-gapped vault beyond reach, but never flew. An embassy is neither a time capsule nor an air gap. It carries a nation's own law upward, retrievable and in force, on hardware the nation still controls. Estonia moved its data across a border. Lone Star is moving multiple nations across the Kármán line. In orbit, an embassy's legal fiction becomes fact. Under Article 8 of the 1967 Outer Space Treaty and the 1975 Registration Convention, a satellite stays under the jurisdiction of the state that registered it. However well a terrestrial embassy is defended, it sits inside the jurisdiction it is exempt from. An orbital one holds a nation's law beyond the reach of any court, seizure, or earthquake. A single satellite may fall to decay or attack. A swarm, continuously renewed, does not. Off-planet, but in-country. The Singularity runs on civilization's accumulated memory, the training corpus its models learn from, and the records its institutions depend on. And that memory has no safe home on a single planet. An orbital data embassy becomes long-term memory for planetary-scale computation, a copy of who we are that outlives any catastrophe below. We have always built monuments of stone hoping they would outlast us. This is a monument of information, and it may outlast the stone. The Library of Alexandria showed how a civilization can lose its memory in a single fire. For all of history, the safest place to hold what a nation could not afford to lose was terrestrial, and therefore mortal. That era is ending. The fortress of the 21st century is not built of stone or steel. It orbits above us, as nodes in Lone Star's Dyson swarm. That swarm will power the Singularity's thinking, but its first purpose is to remember for it. Governments, financial institutions, and critical infrastructure operators whose most vital data cannot afford to depend on a single planet can reach Lone Star at lonestar.space. Disclosure: I advise Lone Star and hold a financial interest in 021T Capital, which has backed it. This post is informational only, not investment, financial, or legal advice, and is not an offer or solicitation regarding any security. Mission details and timelines came from third parties, are unverified, and carry no warranty. Forward-looking statements are subject to risk and uncertainty.